Hey guys, and welcome to game number 37 out of 100 of my Revenge of the Mack series against the AI-powered Scrabble bot BestBot. Could really use a good week this week as we lost both last week, so BestBot has taken the series lead 19 to 17, and it opens with Wana for 24. Not going to help me too much. All I have are A's as well. AADGLLT. Might just have to play Glad here, I guess. 15 points is not too good, but it's going to be hard to score much more than 15 with this rack and these tiles to work with. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing good through another A here. I think Glad has to be right. I'm not going to think too much more here. Hopefully my ALT leave materializes into something good, and it does. Okay, I've got Warsaw, Rassel, Wastrel, so should be getting something down on our next turn. We'll see what. Wana does not take an S. So right now I might be limited to just bingos below this A, which is pretty bad. It opens a lot and it doesn't score that much. So hopefully I'll have some sort of better option depending on what BestBot does. I don't think I'm going to be able to overlap under Wana here because none of my sevens, again, Warsaw, Rassel, and Wastrel, have two vowels in a row, which I would need. So that's not going to work. Can't put anything above DA. I don't have an O for Oda. There's no front hooks to Glad. I don't think there's any 8s here. Yeah, G. I don't think there's anything through an N or an A. And all right, well, that's good for me because now I can hook that with flats and play here for a bit more points and a safer position. Yeah, I guess Wastrel, right? I mean, it does triple the W. I hate putting in E in the double line, but actually all of my plays do. Because if I play like Warsaw or Rassel here, it puts the E in that spot also, and it just scores 6 fewer. So I might as well take the points. I don't think I would give up 6 points anyway just to avoid putting an E in a double line, but yeah, especially if all the other plays do, there's no reason to not just take the points. Nice draw here. Okay, I have Chiasma and Chamisa, Chiasma and Chamisa. Got Charisma through the R. Pretty sure Chiasmal is good, so I could play that to the L for a nice score. Could also play either of my sevens hooking Wastrels. So we'll see what the bot does and then go from there. But in any case, a very, very nice post bingo draw. Doesn't immediately look like a bingo necessarily, but there are a decent number of words, like I said, with these tiles. So very happy to see this. And BestBot is going to go into a think for a little bit, so we'll see what it does. Okay, it does bingo back with Terminer. So I'm going to now probably play Chiasma here, right? That's going to be more than Chamisa, or Chamisa. I don't know how to pronounce anything, as you guys know. Yeah, 90. And if I do this, I get the S on, or the H on the double letter. Now, this 6 more. It does give back more. Like I said, I think this takes an L. Actually, not positive. It might just be chiasmic now that I think of it. But there's only one L left. Either way, there's the Wastrel's hook. I think I'm going to just take the extra points here. But it's not crazy to play it safer, too. The other thing is you have to watch out. This actually does allow some like reopenings or even bingos with WE and ARC. So this is considerably worse defensively. It's interesting. I am going up a lot, so it's not insane to give up the 6 here. I mean, this leaves Wastrels open, but it's a much less lucrative line. This is going to result in a much more closed board. Nothing that goes between a W and a C. It's going to make it a lot harder to reopen. I'm going up like 66. That's a substantial amount. I mean, it's not enough to start making huge sacrifices, but this isn't a massive sacrifice. I don't know, guys. The more I think about it, the more I want to do this. I'm also like not 100% sure, like I said, whether Chiasma takes an L. And especially against BestBot, I hate creating hooks. I'm not sure. Obviously, I should know that for sure. It's an 8, but I just can't remember right now. So yeah, I think I'm going to do this. Sack the 6, take out the uncertainty, and be a little bit more defensive, taking a lead. Okay, not the greatest draw here, but not the worst either. I'll have options like just playing U over here for 21. Yeah, U tends to be a good play when you have racks like this. Like, it just cleans out the rack pretty nicely. And nice overlap there. What do we have? Jareed for 48. Okay. So U's still an option, but now my eye is definitely drawn to this J. By the way, no O's played yet at this point in the game, guys. I have 2 O's. There are still 6 O's left. That is a little scary, I'll be honest. I feel like someone's going to have a rack with like 4 O's at some point. I hope it's not me, but it might be me. All right, so what do I have here, though? That's the problem. I mean, Jan? I kind of feel like I have to go here. I mean, the bot's going to have an O, and it's going to just score easily. The other thing with you is, like, and I say this a lot to my students, because it's one of the most common mistakes I see, guys, with newer to intermediate Scrabble players, is overvaluing ING, especially on boards like this. Because, like, okay, you draw a 7 ending in ING. Good for you. Where's it going to play? Right? There's literally nowhere on this board, nowhere, to play a 7-letter word ending in ing. Heck, there's barely anywhere on this board to play a 7-letter word period right now, but especially one ending in ing. So, like, G's are bad. Unless you have ing and this and is very important, ing is going to play easily on this board. It is not a good leave. Like, I can't emphasize that point enough. It's one of the most common mistakes I see. So, I'm not going to do that. I'm either going to play with Joe. Yeah, I was going to say play Guying, keeping the O's for this spot, but like there's 6 O's left, guys. I'm going to end up with 4 O's probably, and this is just going to get taken. I'm going to be miserable. I think I want to just take this out. Question is, how do I want to do it? I mean, the only things that go after TE I have are the N or the G. I have no words here. I think I have to just play Yawn. Ugh. G-I-O-U. That's a horrible leave. I do save the G for re-overlaps with jog, but I'm not even sure I'm going to want to do that because that's going to create this line on the right. Oh, man. Yeah, it's a really bad... Maybe I just play yo. You know, maybe I just play yo. Because I think in this case, like, okay, here I am going to sacrifice and keep the N, guys, because it's not even so much about the ing. It's more just like GIOU is horrible, and the N is a good consonant to help balance it out and, you know, reduce the chances of drawing another O or another U or something. So I think it's worth a 5-point sacrifice to keep GINOU over GIOU, just because GIOU is so bad. This is not good, but it's not as bad. Yeah, I think I'm going with yo here. We'll see if it pays off. Well, okay. T blank, like the best draw possible from the entire bag. And now, I mean, I guess I just play like touting, right? Oh, I do have outlawing. That's flashy. It's probably what I would have done if the bot didn't go here. But now I feel compelled to play on the right. I mean, it's so lame, but like, it's got to be right. It's nothing. Let me just make sure I'm not missing something massive with jobs. Outings, outsing, ousting, tousing, ousting. If YAU or word, that would be massive. But yeah, I think just touting, touring, it really doesn't matter. Just make the blank the second tile so that you get the real tile on the double letter. Yeah, 79 points. This puts me in outstanding shape. No reason to really think much more than this. Not the best draw, but actually not that bad. I managed to avoid all the O's, and BestBot insta-plays op. Okay. I'm in good shape. The game is not over, though. It's definitely time to start thinking about, like, where are the big lines here? Where's BestBot thinking of bingoing to come back? There's this G on the left. That's not the easiest tile to bingo through, especially you can't end in ing. And there is a line to the left of touting. If it has one of the 2 A's, it could play something like leafier here with a few overlaps. So there are lines, but there's nothing that big. I mean, I'm up 50, but there are ways I could still lose this game. Without the bot bingoing, I could draw horribly. There's 5 O's and 3 U's left. There's an X and a Z that could potentially score well. So I don't think I can be too complacent. I'm not gonna play something like Vig over here. That just, I think, is not smart. Probably I'm gonna play something like Vibe. Actually, to the right of the F is better because it's a lot harder to end in an I than it is to have an I in the middle of the word. I guess there's a potential line ending in IVE, but that's pretty hard. I'm not going to worry too much about that again at this score. I'm not up that much. I'm up a bit, but I'm not up enough to start playing paranoid defense. Bevel, that keeps 2 eyes. Anything here, actually? Forgot about this spot. Yeah, Vimin doesn't work. Okay, yeah, I think Vibe probably here, just to clear out their act. PIE is a little Val heavy, but not a bad leave drawing into that pool. Just need to avoid like a nightmare draw of OOUU or something like that. But we'll see what happens. Okay, that's actually pretty decent. K is good for scoring, and Quell comes down. The bot is playing very quickly here. So what do I want to do? Pukey? I actually can play Pukey here. I don't know if I want to, though. Put in that P there. There are 2 S's left, too. This feels like, I don't know. It is very good for my rack. Scores 32 points. It puts me up 70, but like if the bot triples with spoofing, I'm going to be pretty mad. So I don't think at this score that's the right way to play. Like, yes, I don't want to play too paranoid, but at the same time, I don't want to be needlessly reckless. I can't play Kip here because of Skip. I can play Yip. That's 35 points. Leave is not good, which is the biggest problem, but I mean, it's not horrific, this leave. The K can score pretty well a lot of the time. Yeah, I mean, I think maybe just Yip and try to kind of not open anything and coast to a win. That's a decent choice. Could also play Key for 28. This is not a bad idea either. Trying to block that G without reopening like Pukey does. That's not a bad choice. Could consider that. There is still this line on the right I potentially have to worry about. Yeah, I might just go Yip, I think, and try to keep scoring and outrun. I mean, EEKU is probably better than EIUP a lot of the time, just because it's going to score better, which is going to be the most important thing for me for outrunning. I save plays like Ken and Glade. So I'm leaning towards Yip just to keep... I think my plan here is just keep scoring and try to put myself in a position that even if the bot bingos, I can often win. Sometimes that's a better strategy, especially when you have multiple lines than trying to block. Because what can happen is if you block one line, you sacrifice a bit, then your opponent bingos in the other line, and then you're getting outscored. So I think I'm going to just play Yip here most likely. But I just want to think for another like 10 seconds, make sure I'm not missing something. But yeah, I mean, there's this. That's a cool idea. IUY is just not a leave you want to keep, though. That has potential to turn so sour. Yeah, Y's and vowels is a scary leave. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this. That's a lot of E's. Okay, and the bot does open there, which is not a big surprise. Let me see what I can do with all these E's. The good thing is that now there's only 1 E left for the bot. I might just play Cuke, keeping triple EN. It's not an amazing leave, obviously, but... E here takes 2 Ds left. I'm not really too keen on doing that, I don't think. Yeah, and Q at least partially blocks some stuff on the bottom. Geek, no, I can't do that with OK being a word. Yeah, I'm leaning towards Cuke right now. Stops plays with like over. It's hard to start with an O. And again, with only 1 E left, this leave is actually not as bad as it might look. So I'm going to go ahead and play Cuke. Okay. This is, again, not that bad a rack here. Bot plays X. That makes sense. It's trying to play with Axed, I guess, now. I do have the last of the E's, which is nice. I think I'm just going to play Eocene, right? I mean, it scores well. Leaves, what, 5 in the bag? Yeah, I mean, if the bot plays on the left here, there just aren't good enough tiles left to bingo with, I don't think. Like, I think I actually want to create this spot, because now if somehow the bot does bingo, if I draw like the F or something, I can just score so much that I outrun. And if the bot goes there, I should be able to outrun its scoring play. And with only one in the bag, I should be able to pretty easily calculate if it has any bingo threats and then block. I think this is actually advantageous to me to create that, which is counterintuitive. But like that's a common tactic, guys, in Scrabble when you're up like a decent amount, like, 60 to 80 range kind of in these situations. It's actually good to create these big scoring spots because you can, if they hit it, you can outrun them, but if they don't hit it, if they bingo elsewhere, they can often be a big boon for you. So I'm going to go ahead and play this. And yeah, see, like if I, well, actually, I don't know if I have, well, I have Fogs now. I mean, Fogs is like 50. Like, I guess I should have to be a little careful because there's a Z out. So that's the other thing, guys. When you're emptying the bag and there's a high point tile, you just have to be careful because if you draw that, that's 20 points going into your opponent's total if they bingo out. So it like if it bingos out from the O, would I hypothetically lose? I think I barely hold on. And I'd be confident enough to go through all the possibilities and make sure there's no bingo here on first ones. I don't think there is. But like one thing you can do, guys, let's say you're not as confident in your bingo knowledge and you're like, okay, if I draw like the Z in another tile and they bingo out from the O, would I win, right? So, okay, you think you're at 449 after Fogs, right? Any bingo from the O that involves 1 point tiles is going to score 77 points, right? Because it's going to be 9 times 3 plus 50. So 77 puts the bot at 415. It's going to get 28 from you because you're going to draw the Z and another 1 pointer. That puts it at 443. And we just said you'd be at 449. So you'd win by 6, even if you're missing something, which is a good way to, even for me sometimes, especially if there's like a blank or I'm not entirely positive that there's nothing there. It's a good way to just kind of reassure yourself that you're going to be fine. I mean, obviously, if it bingoes out with a Z, and then you might be in trouble, but like, that's just not going to happen. Yeah, like if I were in a tournament, I would go through and like look at every possible 2-tile draw and make sure that there's no freak bingo I'm missing. But like, I'm not going to waste you guys' time. There's nothing there. I'm very confident. I'm playing Fox and I'm going to win this game pretty easily. It's going to probably play Izar or Sizar or something, and then we will finish it out. But yes, a very good win for me here. Very important win, too, after losing both last week. This will bring us now to within 1 of BestBot, 18 and 19 when all is said and done. Okay, BestBot plays Vizier. Makes a ton of sense. Keeping ARS, which is going to go out. Yeah, something Roz and Cheese. Yeah, that's definitely not its only out. We can play like ARS here or something, but it's its best out, so it might be worth blocking for me. We'll see. Let's see here. Yeah, what do I even have? Nothing great. Maybe it is worth blocking RAS. Question is how? It's not particularly easy to block, like Yoni or something. That still gives back ARS on top, but I guess I don't care about that too much. It's only like 1 more than ARS here, so that actually doesn't really matter. It doesn't have anything here, right? No. I mean, I guess it has R's and Yips, though, so that's a bit more. Okay, so if I play like Yuan or Yoni, so that's 9. It goes out for, I guess, R's it probably does, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 13. So that's -4, -8 after it gets my remaining tiles. That's best I'm going to do. Is it better to do this for 9? And it goes out for 10. Wait, this is better, actually. It goes out for 10. Yeah, this is -7. Wow, this is actually better. Okay. Unless I'm missing a better out for it, which I don't think I am, but it's possible. So this, is that really best? -7? Anywhere for Naui or Unai? Nope. Yeah, I mean, blocking Ross feels like it's going to be right here. It's not like I can score much anyway. Yeah, I think this is actually correct. Weird. Yeah. All right, 458 to 391. Good win. Let's see how we played. Definitely a few tough turns, but I feel like I played pretty soundly. By opening with Wana, yeah, Mon is also not unreasonable. I would probably play it here if you were going to play it. No reason to open the double line, but yeah, A&T is a nicer leave, but 6 points is a bit. MT is still pretty solid. Yeah, not much to do here other than glad there are just no plays that score. Literally no plays that score I guess there's a few plays that score more than 15, but no plays that score more than 16. Just a tough rack. Bot plays flat, definitely helps me out. Wow, flat waters, that's pretty cool. Obviously not correct, but stylish. Okay, tons of 86 pointers for the bot. And then, yeah, Chiasma, does that take an L? I think it does, right? It does, okay. So I was like pretty sure it did, but not positive. Yeah, I mean, given that with, yeah, 2 S's and an L left, I mean, this does really make this line a bit of a risk. Not even just for bingos, but like 5-tile plays here that could score well, fork the board. I mean, there's a lot more bad things that can happen after this play. Like, I honestly think this is a good call. It's 6 fewer, but I mean, again, it makes the bottom left hard to access. It makes the bottom right, mid right so much harder to access. I am taking a pretty sizable lead. I think that's a good call by me. I'm happy with that play. Jurade for 48 is nice. Yeah, U is better on equity just because the U is so bad. But again, there's so many O's left. I got to take out this spot. Wow, amazingly, the bot did not have an O, but the odds of that were pretty slim after turning over 6. So Yo's still the right play. I think Habit looks good. One off of Bite Plate to the TE. That would have been pretty cool. Yeah, lucky draw here. I saw Outlawing, but obviously I got to just play the boring bingo on the right. And then kind of just coasted to a victory from here. Yeah, Vibe looks fine for lack of better options. Bot plays Quell, struggling with some consonants here. Yeah, I saw Pukey, but there's enough good stuff in the pool. Like, I don't really see a good reason to do that. I'm not going to play Uke and open another line here. Like, I'm not, again, I don't want to play paranoid defense here, but I also don't want to go out of my way to create more lines. That's not a good strategy. Ouch. Arvo keeping DRXZ. That is not what you want to be keeping when you're down like this and have to bingo. But I guess the problem for the bot is if it exchanges, it's just down so much that even when it does bingo, it's not enough. So probably has to do this, try to score well with its with its X and its Z, and then bingo after. But yeah, really bad spot. Played Q here, took a bit of an equity sacrifice. Yeah, I didn't love this. Again, there's 2 Ds left. This is going to create this line that's a real nuisance to deal with. That's not something I want to do with a lead. I think Q makes sense. I'm still up 70. If it's a bingo, I've got good chances. EEEN with only 1 E left. Not that bad a leave here. Blocks a lot of possibilities. X, yeah, I don't know. Does that not feel better? I guess the problem is it just doesn't have lines now. Yeah, I mean, X, it's maybe hoping for, like, what is it even hoping for? Like, Azides, I guess, maybe? Like, yeah, sure. I mean, the bot's in a horrible situation here. Eocene looks good. Like I said, I like creating that counter threat. And see, this is exactly what I was saying, right? Like, if it plays Ditz, that's actually fine for me. Because, I mean, Ditz is a lot, I will say that. I wasn't considering something that high scoring, but I'm still up 17, and it's my turn. So I would have still been fine after a play like this. And that's sort of my logic, right? Like, I figure, okay, I'll often hit big plays there. And the bot, what is it doing with Dot, by the way? What? Oh, it's trying to draw into Zori. Oh, that is clever, guys. It's trying to draw into Zori. First, I was like, what bingo is it going for with IRRZ? But yeah, it's trying to draw into Zori, which would score like 100, right? Let's see. 92. That would score 98, and that could easily be enough for it. Okay, that's very clever. Yeah, so it's funny. I wasn't even like considering plays like that, but I pretty much have to play over here to block that. Yeah, I mean, I think, I would have, if I were considering blocking bingos, I would have at least considered that possibility. But like, that's a great play by the bot. Because yeah, some people at this point, they might think, all right, I'm up 57. If the bot doesn't bingo, I just win. And they might think, I'm going to get a little lazy, block over here just in case. And then Zori for 98 comes down, and you're like, oh crud, I just lost the game. So yeah, excellent play by the bot. Luckily for me, I somewhat inadvertently, I guess, played in that spot. And the bot didn't even hit Zori, but yeah, Vizier. This is worse, right? Yeah, because then RAS. I think I actually made the right endgame play here. I think I'm not going to bother to analyze it, but yeah, all right. Pretty happy with this one, guys. Yeah, some questionable turns, I guess, but overall, I'm happy with how I played here. No clear mistakes. Big win. And yeah, back to within 1 of the bot. We are 18 and 19 through the first 37. So hopefully we can get another win on Wednesday. Thanks as always for watching, guys. Really appreciate your support. And I'll see you in a couple of days for game number 38. Have a good one. Bye-bye.